Oh my, oh my. Alyssa Milano. Rules for thee, but not for me. I'm Grid 7, and this story is actually a couple of days old, but it's worth looking at. Daily Mail is reporting that Alyssa Milano called the police on a kid who was shooting an air rifle at a squirrel. Do squirrel lives matter? I don't know. This is a great time to remember that Alyssa Milano is a loud and proud supporter of the defund the police movement. In other words, defund the police that you have. I'm going to keep the police, as you'll see in this article. Now, actress and defund the police activist Alyssa Milano was quick to call the cops when she believed a gunman was on her Bell County property on Sunday morning. The call ignited a response that included 7 Ventura County Sheriff's vehicles, 1 canine unit, a police helicopter, and 1 Los Angeles Fire Department team that sat down the street on standby. This is for an actress that has called for defunding the police. One of the neighbors told the Daily Mail they first knew something was going on in their neighborhood when they saw the helicopter circling overhead very low. A neighbor of Milano's is responsible for the original call alerting the police to a possible shooter in the area. That Milano and her talent-managed husband called the police, alerting them of the possibility the shooter was on the property. According to the Daily Mail, Milano and her husband allegedly told the police that the sounds of the shooting scared the dogs and that they thought the shooter was on their property. An air gun was scaring their dogs. As Milano's property was protected for hours by multiple police personnel and vehicles. Personally, I think she should be charged for the expenses right there for all of these. For 7 sheriff's vehicles, a canine unit, a police helicopter, and the fire department. They should charge her for it. The search was called off when the culprit was a teen shooting at squirrels. I don't see the Squirrels live matter out there. Of course, quite honestly, anyone that's for that one's never had a squirrel in their attic at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're trying to sleep and they won't stop scratching anything. Oy, most annoying thing around. The teen has turned himself in to the authorities where no charges were filed against him. I hope not. He really wasn't doing anything wrong. Alyssa Milano and that other neighbor that originally called, they're the ones at fault. No, this whole entire gun thing has gone completely insane. We're at the point where you just make a finger gesture of a gun and people are triggered over that. Of course, it does seem hilarious that Alyssa, defund the police Milano, wanted this same police department that protected her and her property for hours defunded by 90%. Yeah, you defund it by 90%. All those cops that came to your house, Alyssa, they're not coming next time because they don't have the manpower or the money to do it. In her statement today, she said, "These are exactly the type of situations that police officers are trained for and should be responding to. And we will always have the police having the resources they need for appropriate police actions. Not if you defund them by 90%, they won't. Because people like you doing shit like this, that's not what they're designed for. That's not what they should be responding to. If you were half a person and realized an air gun and the kid's shooting at a squirrel, come on." She is a terrible human being. Standing on her soapbox, preaching to us about the dangers of having armed police in neighborhoods, but has zero problem calling when she feels threatened. That's my original comment. Rules for thee, but not for me. She is doing that. She lives in a gated and guarded neighborhood and needed the police. A very small portion of Americans can afford to live in guarded and gated communities. I know I don't. In Milano's world, she doesn't see how this could be hypocritical on her part because she's out of touch with reality. She has no clue what's going on. She sees no issue for calling a 90% slash to the LA police budget while simultaneously getting the police to use their resources to come and protect her from an air rifle when there were probably other more serious things that they could have been doing. Her neighbor made a good comment. She can tweet these things because at the end of the day, she lives behind gates in a gated community. She knows the police will come save her. But what about those people who don't have the luxury and live in unsafe neighborhoods? They're the ones she's hurting. No, she doesn't care. She uses her platform in hypocritical ways. Why not send your husband in there to find out what's actually going on before you call the police? Exactly. I mean, 5 minutes and they could have been done, over with, and the police would have never been called. All those resources wouldn't have been used. But no. I said, no, I would guesstimate the response today from the law enforcement cost taxpayers thousands of dollars. A helicopter. A helicopter's not cheap. To answer the neighbors' questions, Alyssa Milano doesn't care about the people who live in those unsafe neighborhoods because she's too busy ignoring Joe Biden's sexual accusers. Also, she didn't send her husband out because I'm sure he is more likely to be on a yoga mat instead of the gun range. In other words, she married a soy boy. Now, there's your hypocritical. The rules are only for you, and I'm still supposed to live by everything else because she's a drama queen who deserves everything in life. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I've ranted about this too much. Whatever you know, make a comment, share, subscribe, whatever. I'll see you next video.